Sir, once the UPSC results are out, you find the same toppers pictures on multiple institute backgrounds. Have they taken coaching from all those institutes?
See, the why that happens is that one reason can be that any student would have taken different services from different academies. So you can be a foundational student of one academy, you could have taken a test series from another academy, or you could have taken a crash course from another academy, or an interview guidance program for other academy. So that is the reason that why you can say you have multiple claims. And secondly, you can also say that the claims also happens due to why, because topper is the face to get new admissions into the academy, and that is why you can say different academies try to compete and claim, okay, these are toppers. But yeah, there are certain genuine academies who mention in their rank list only what is the course that student has taken. And today you have Competition Commission of India also taking action against academies. So in recent times, you can say 2 or 3 popular academies, they were fined by the commission for making false claims on rankings. So that is why nowadays if you see, every academy will have to mention what course this student has taken. So that will also give clarity to students that whether he has taken the entire coaching from this academy or just it is the interview guidance program from this particular academy. That is the thing. But that is the reason that why do multiple toppers pictures apply in multiple academies, because it's a possibility, because one person would have taken 4 years to clear. Maybe first year he took guidance from somewhere, second year he took guidance from somewhere else. The year he cleared, he might have taken guidance from somewhere else. But end of the day, what happens? Even the first year academy will claim his rank. Even the second year academy will claim his rank. Even the latest academy he cleared will claim his rank.
So many institutes offer mock interview for free of cost, and if they get ranks, then they claim those students have taken coaching from that particular institute. Is it fair enough, sir?
Some ways it is not fair enough. But where it can be fair is that if it has helped you in your interview, because interview is also a very important stage in the exam. It carries almost to 75 marks. But yeah, as you told that in most of the academies, one of the intent behind conducting mock interviews is to claim a rank, because he's very close to his name appearing in the finalist. But said so, I have also come across a lot of students who have benefited from personality guidance. Okay, so where people have been able to guide them the right way, in a right direction. See, for example, in my case, when I gave my interview, one of the mistake I did was that I did not give sufficient mocks, or maybe I did not give mocks at the right place. So that hit me hard in my interview stage, because lack of experience, lack of guidance, and I scored very less in my interview. That cost me also my, in getting a rank. So that is what I suggest, that yeah, if you take the mock interview at the right place from the right people, I think that would be better. But yeah, as you told also, I do agree that to a certain extent, why do they offer mock interviews is also to claim.
So a rank. Mock interviews 100% free of cost.
It depends. In some places they do cost, but in other places it is genuinely given free of cost. They have invited.
There is a popular saying which says, if anything is free, then you are the product. So does that apply here, sir?
Yeah, you can say that anything is not given free of cost. Okay. There's nothing in life that comes free. For anything that is given free, there's a cost that you have to pay towards the end. So yeah, the same thing can apply here. But yeah, if it is a cost you are going to pay, but you are going to get the benefit of it, then I feel that there's nothing wrong in it. But see, again, it depends upon not just taking one mock. Okay, so you have to give at one person to a one board 2 or 3 marks. Why? Because then they will be able to assess and say that have you really changed in your first interview to your other interview. Sometimes what will happen is that students will give randomly 5-6 marks at 5 different places. Okay, maybe they're testing their own confidence level or etc. That would be fine. But giving at one place 2 or 3 marks, gauging from their feedback, and that is improving their marks, definitely then I think that will be a good thing to go with.
Many students want to get into civil services just because they have to get the perks of being an officer. So is it the right kind of approach, or they want this label called as government servants?
See, there are various kinds of people in every field. Even in this field, you do have people who are attracted by power, who are attracted by money, who are attracted by fame. But also you have people who are attracted by a service-oriented mindset. If you look at the examination process as a whole, it's my personal opinion, I don't think so there is a connection between what kind of person you are and you clearing the exam, because clearing the exam is completely based on capabilities. It is not based on desire, okay, or it is not based on an intent. So if you're capable, and let us think your intent is to enjoy power, still you will be in the list. Let us think you have a service oriented mindset, but you lack the capabilities or the requirements to crack the exam, still you might not find in the finalist. So you do find a mixture of people. There are people with service oriented, ready to serve the country, ready to work for the poor, ready to work for the vulnerable sections. But of course you have this part also, those people who have entered civil services purely, what you can say, by the attraction of power and position.
Using references saying that, okay, a rickshaw wala son cleared UPSC, or a farmer's son cleared UPSC, or students from very low financial background cleared UPSC, then why can't you? Using these kind of statements as a form of motivation and motivating students, does that help, sir?
See, that's what I believe. Two ways it can go. One, let us say an auto rickshaw son cleared the exam. It can create dreams in those people. Let us think they've never dreamt of, okay, we can achieve it. It gives them a sense of confidence, even we can do it. To give you an example, it can rub on. So I had been to Ballari when I was in part of National Law School. There we had some research work or an assignment. So when I interacted with many children there, you know how it rubs off. There was one village where I asked like students what I meant, what do you want to become? 90% of them, they told we want to become PSI, that is police sub-inspector. Some of them, they said we want to go and work in mining companies. There's a huge mining activities if you go to Sandur region, etc. Okay. You won't believe there was one Tanda, okay, group of people where you can say scheduled tribe. Okay. When I interacted with students there, most of them, they said I want to become IS or IPS. Why? Because in that Tanda, one of the person had cracked the KPSC exam. Okay. So this is the positive aspect of the motivation part. But on the negative side of it, now why these stories might be gaining traction? Because we people generally always are attracted towards these kind of stories, right? If you say now Ambani's son cleared UPSC exam, you will tell that no, he might have paid money, what is the big deal in that, right? That doesn't make a story, that doesn't sell a story. You need a story to attract people, you can inspire people in that regard, and that is when they'll pick up stories like your parents might be seeing TV, they will tell, see a person who is serving coffee, he has cleared the exam. You drink coffee, why can't you clear the exam? This is what pushes now people to say. But what parents also don't understand is that it's not only motivation or inspiration alone that is sufficient to crack this exam. Okay. There is a lot of hard work. Okay. If you see how many of actually have showed that what is the hard work means, I'm telling day to day, how many hours they've put up, they've actually showed it. Okay. They would have not showed it. They've only showed the after effects part. Okay. You're getting your point. Nobody would have
glorification of success.
Yeah, they would have not given the hard work, how much time it took for them, what is the difficulties they faced. Nobody will look at it. They only look at, okay, a person who's serving the coffee cleared the exam. Why can't I, who drink the coffee, I can't clear the exam? So that is why I said it can be both positive as well as negative.
So is there any specific hours that should be dedicated to clear this exam?
See, now to give you this example, when I was preparing initial period, so I had not taken any coaching, okay, because at that time Bangalore was not a center for preparation, it was Delhi, but now you have good academies in Bangalore. At that point of time, I was not ready to go to Delhi also. So I was studying in a public library, here in Jainagar, it's there. Okay. So I was always conscious of this fact, how many hours one has to put in. It was running in my mind, because I could only study 8 hours. Okay, given the fact taking bath, having lunch, dinner, other aspects. So I had few people who had come from Delhi that completed coaching and all. So one of the person used to tell me like, if you study only for 8 hours, it won't be enough. That always kept picking my head. Is it real? Because even I don't know, right? The first year I'm preparing. So I tried next day to increase the number of hours. Whatever I do, it is not going beyond 10 hours. I got really depressed. So again, I asked that fellow how it is possible. No, he told in Delhi they will study. They will study for 15 hours, 16 hours. No. He told, Bapre, how you can study for 16 hours in a day? What means don't they eat or etc. So this fellow replied, if you can't study, why won't you trust others who are putting in 16 hours every day? So luckily for me in my library, there was one person who had got into Indian Police Service. Okay, had cleared the exam. He was reappearing for improving his rank, and he was a very kind fellow and he used to reach out to everybody. So I spoke to him. One day I went and asked him, look, I have this dilemma in my mind that this fellow is telling you have to study 16 hours, but I'm studying 18 hours. So he told me one advice. He told, next time when that fellow comes, when the same discussion you have, you tell I study 25 hours a day. So I told, like, how? So he told, the same way that fellow is studying is 16 hours a day. So he explained to me that it is impossible to study 16 hours a day and all. These are all myths which are there in UPSC that, see, you can study. When you can study, when exam is 1 week, that time you can extend your time to 12 to 14 hours. But throughout the year, nobody can study for 16 hours. And it is not the number of hours that matters, it is the quality of the hours you invest. So what is the point? You are sitting in front of a book, not understanding anything. From morning till night, sitting in a library, opening the same book end to end. It's of no use, right? So it depends upon person to person. It depends upon their understanding. So I would suggest any day consistently, if you are investing 6 hours, that would be fine. Because this is not a 100 meters race. This is a marathon. And in a marathon, what will happen? If you run too much in the starting, you'll burn out by the time you complete the race. So that's why you need to learn to how to pace yourself. So any for new aspirant, I would suggest 5 to 6 hours, quality hours. I'm telling, apart from your classes. Don't include your classes in this 4 to 5 hours something. Because some people, there is a confusion among them.
The classes plus?
They think that sitting in a classroom itself is reading. See, in a class, you're listening to a class. You get my point? You can't take that itself as learning. In a class, you're learning certain aspects, how to prepare, what to do. But then you have to come back home and you have to sit. So I'm telling, apart from your classes, if you're investing 4 to 5 hours, that is a good thing to start with.
So according to you, is hard work needed to crack the exam or smart work or a combination of both?
See, both are important. I can give you examples for both, where hard work has worked and also smart work has worked. So with hard work, I had one student called as Netra Meti. She is currently serving as IS in Himachal Pradesh. Now, Netra Meti's story was that she was working in a very good company, I think Mercedes-Benz. And then she resigned from it and started preparing for UPSC. The problem with her was that every time she used to clear prelims, okay, like 4 consecutive times she was able to clear prelims, but she was struggling with mains. She had a problem with answer writing.
Okay.
And one day she approached like for guidance for answer writing. So we were able to work on it, and she was a very hardworking student in such a way that no matter how much I criticize and send the answer back, she used to write and come back. Okay, with all this hard work we put in, she got her interview call in, I think, in her 5th attempt or 6th attempt. I'm not sure. But again, you can say what is the tragedy was that she was not able to clear the interview. Okay, and she called that day night crying, saying that, sir, I've invested 6 years of my life. I was working in a very reputed company, a well-paying job. And now it seems that everything is gone in dust. Why? Because I've come so far to the interview, but still not able to make it because she fell short by some 15 to 20 marks. But when you see this kind of candidate who has this kind of hard work, okay, you can sense it. She is a person who is ready to give you everything. So that is what I told her, that you give one more attempt because you have walked so far. There's no looking back. Let's believe and trust on God, because I do believe that you have the abilities to do so. And again, you can say there was just 15 days gap between the result and the next prelims what she had to write. See, going to an interview, not qualifying is more disastrous than not clearing prelims. Because in next 15 days, you have to give one more exam. That is the prelims. She got back herself. She was able to clear prelims again. Again, means she worked this time again hard, took all the feedback what is required. She worked on her interview also. And I still remember, I was in the middle of a class teaching. We knew that result was going to come that day. And she called me when I was taking a class. I knew that she would have cleared. Why? Because she has called in the result day. Then I answered her call and she started crying. And she told, sir, finally I've done it. I've got into, she got All India rank 376 and she knew that she was going into IS. So this is an example of what hard work can give you the result. As we say, hard work does not go anywhere. The results might be late, but you're going to get it if you're in the right direction. The example of smart work is one of my close friend, Darshan, who is currently serving as the DC in Mangalore. His story is different. For him, he had not cleared prelims in 3 attempts. the fourth attempt he cleared prelims. And the funny part was that he had changed his optional from Kannada literature to political science. And he didn't have the luxury of reading political science, so much. Why? Because the time is also very short. So he's one person who did a lot of smart work. He went to the previous year questions, he analyzed the PYQs, he wrote answers regularly. And you can say he was one person who kept writing answers, and he also worked on what are the probable questions that can come for the exam. And that year, he surprised everybody by getting an All India rank 48. And he was one of the second highest topper in political science. And he studied for not more than 5 months. So this is an example of what you call as smart work. So that's why I say both hard work and smart work, they have to be simultaneous. It works this way. A person who is only doing hard but do not know the reality of the exam. Okay, for example, you're telling that, sir, I want to reach airport. I am running every day 20 kilometers, but you're going towards Baswangudi. So no matter how many kilometers you cover in a day, you're never going to cover the airport because you're completely in the opposite direction. First, you have to get your direction correct. But at the same time, if you say that I'm a very smart person, but I'm not going to work hard, things won't happen, because we have seen a lot of smart people yet not clearing the UPSC exam. Why? Because this exam requires certain degree of hard work also. So that is why I say it's a dual combination. Both hard work and smart work works together.